Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're finally doing a full home tour of my cozy vintage cottage inspired home. We'll be walking through every room and talking about all the decorating ideas and the makeovers that we've done so far and my favorite pieces. I hope you stay tuned and join me. One of my biggest goals has been to make a home that feels warm, cozy, and curated over a period of time. As you know, I have started from the beginning of this year to turn every room into my home into a room that I love. We've done so many makeovers during this time, and you're going to see a lot of thrifted pieces, a lot of stuff from antique malls. So settle in. We're going to get started. This is my entryway. As soon as you walk into our home, I want it to feel like a welcoming hug. I want you to see all the character. This was a hutch that I purchased off of Facebook Market. And as you can see, I've collected my ironstone in here and added some thrifted pieces. So you immediately get a feel of what the house is going to be like. And lighting is so important. You see, I've done some LED strip lights in all of my cabinets and changed up some of the vignettes from last time we were in this room. I think it's very important. As you can see, my house is an open concept house. You have the living room, kitchen, and dining room. I think it's very important that they flow together, but each of them has a very distinctive character and feel. These are the Unicurt curtains that they gifted me. Love the material and just adds so much warmth to my home. And another part of my home is a lot of antiques or family heirlooms. As you see here, we have my husband's floor radio that was gifted to him by his aunt that was his grandparents. It sits here prominently in our dining room. And as we pan back, you're going to see on the dining room table, my grandmother made this tablecloth. And she was an artist in her own right with the way that she could crochet a doily or tablecloths or just tiny little things. It was just, she's gone, and this is just such an important piece of my history. And the chandelier adds such a cozy warmth to my dining room. Here we have the Sedita bookcases that I have my antique crock collection on top with some silver and different trinkets. I've decorated these bookshelves with y'all numerous times and have shown how just by using antique books in a color wave, it adds so much to a room. We did my fish tank this year, and I've added some new fish. For those who are keeping track, very hard. Sorry about the glare. But hopefully you can see, yep, there's some of the new fishies. And, yep, right there, my rainbow fish. And then I have some of the brand new ones there, that little yellow one. And then we have an older one there. He does not like the camera. And we have the second bookcase over there at the end. And this is my dining room. I absolutely love it. It's not your stuffy, stuck away, formal dining room. As you can tell, I just love books. I love the feel that it gives a home. The living room is where we spend the majority of our time, so creating a cozy atmosphere was really important in this room. I focused on layering textures, incorporating vintage accessories, mixing the old and the new pieces to create a relaxed cottage feel. Many of the decorated pieces throughout the room were thrifted, which adds so much to the personality and really makes the space feel truly unique. Nobody else has those pieces in their home. And as you can see, you know, I have a gallery wall that through posters and things off the internet that were free, I've printed and used dark frame so it really stands out upon that paint color, which is accessible beige. On the couch, I've added a quilt that I thrifted along with some pillow covers that I made. Again, you see the books play another part in the living room part of the house. In the fireplace, which we, redid and absolutely love it. I think it gives such a presence to the room. And then you see here that vignette that we put together with thrifted and antique pieces. The coffee table is another vintage piece that I have done a very simple vignette of candles and books. And of course you see the kitty cats there all around the living room. That's Mr. Angus. Here over by the French doors, it's also the pass-through to my kitchen. I have another vintage or antique piece. It's a vanity or a desk that I got off of Facebook Market. It was already sanded down, thank goodness. Only cost me $60. And on there is a variety of different pieces that I've thrifted and put together. I believe thrifting gives you more bang for your buck. You see the peg rail above it with the baskets and the faux herbs. And then we have the Hobby Lobby little topiary tree there in a crock. As we enter into my kitchen, you're going to see this plate rack that my husband and I built together for $50. It is probably one of our most watched DIY videos here on the channel. As always, there are numerous videos showing the decorating or the DIYs for that room. Our kitchen is the heart of the home. It is my favorite room in the house. It reflects, I think, my decorating style perfectly by combining form and function. I love the copper, the custom island that my family built together. The use of the brick wallpaper and vintage and thrifted items, of course, make the cottage feel in this room a dream kitchen. I can't tell you how many people have often said that this is their favorite room. During this tour, tell me what your favorite room is as we go along and what you liked about in the room. We have baskets that I use here on top of my refrigerator that I use my refrigerator as like an open shelving. And then, of course, the plates that I've thrifted along with that spice rack that I DIY'd. The paint color is Adaptive Shade by Sherwin-Williams. It is the same color that is in my bedroom. It gives a little bit of a moodiness here in the kitchen. And then I am just gonna, there's that custom island. I am just gonna go ahead and let the music play and let you see the rest of the kitchen. Even the laundry room got a cottage style makeover. I believe every room deserves some personality, even the most functional spaces. By adding vintage touches and decorative storage and a few thrifted accessories, this room feels much more enjoyable and inviting. It's amazing how a few simple changes can make even everyday chores that we don't much like a little more pleasant. So it's nice to do the laundry in this room. As you can see, the wallpaper, and I've added that shelving with all the antique goodies and the transferware up top. And it's a joy to be in this room now, where before it was kind of a blah room. As we're moving on, we're going into now the den and the office. This is my husband's space. This room serves both, a partial guest room and also a workspace for him. I wanted it to feel functional while still remaining, cozy and having that cottage feel. One of my favorite features in this room is the shelf that I showed you how to do a faux wood finish on it, with all the vintage inspired decor and collectible pieces. I think it gives more of a comfortable feel than a traditional office. I think workspaces should inspire creativity, and hopefully with my husband surrounded by meaningful things like his instruments, old books, and I hope it helps create that feeling. And it was a very budget friendly makeover, and he still loves it. The hallway is last week's video if you missed it. We did a DIY wallpaper using a stamp and some paint to bring the walls some much needed visual interest. Then adding, vintage inspired decorations, layering collected things, and creating that gallery wall where most of the frames were thrifted. And I love how it made the space feel. This gallery wall is my favorite wall in the house, and I think it's gorgeous. And by also adding some unexpected antique pieces of furniture, it elevates the room, and what's normally a very boring space becomes a place that you want to stop and spend a little time in. And even had some issues with problem solving. If y'all have a light switch in the middle of your wall, this is what you do to it. Moving along, this is our master bath. It has a ton of cabinets that I custom mixed the color of paint to give it that kind of moody feel. In our master bath and bedroom, we wanted to go more towards a moodier feel. So the hardware is reproduction vintage hardware from Hobby Lobby. We added a rug, of course, to cut down on some of the echo in this room. Made that little curtain for where a vanity is. The countertop, I had showed you how to DIY a marble countertop. I added brick wallpaper to the back to add some warmth and character to the room. And you see here, I've hung for functionality. I've hung my jewelry case on the wall, but I also wanted to bring in some vintage feel into this room. So we have this vignette here with a sewing machine boxes, which make great storage in a bathroom while still having that unique feel, that old vintage look vibe that I'm going for. So it, again, even though you spend some time, every morning or every evening in this room, you still want it to look and feel like the rest of the house. And then on the opposite wall, I've hung a mirror gallery and placed a Victorian plant stand with a bird cage floor arrangement that I made. As we enter into the master bedroom, you'll see I've continued that dark moody color, that adaptive shade by Sherwin-Williams. In here, I've used vintage cherry wood furniture that I have gotten off of Facebook Market. The drapes are from TWOPAGES. They're blackout drapes, so that helps with sleeping and also migraine sufferer like myself. I've done this beautiful vignette on top of this high boy over here to bring that vintage cottage vibe into this room. And, I focused on creating a peaceful retreat with soft layers and vintage accents and cozy textures. I wanted this room to feel like a peaceful haven. So it doesn't have a ton of decor, but just enough that it feels decorated. It feels like it blends with the rest of the house. As we finish up the home tour in my guest room / office, this is my favorite, one of my favorite rooms now. It's probably the second favorite. Kitchen's the first. I love how quiet and peaceful this room is. The mix of the wallpaper and the textiles and the thrifted finds in the space, and also the antique pieces that just give this room such a wonderful, wonderful vintage cottage feel without, again, spending a whole lot of money, which you know, that's, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know I love thrifting. These are some of my most favorite pieces that are in this room. I hope you enjoyed this tour. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it, and if you like this, there are so many videos in each of these rooms has a video showing the process. And I also want to remind my viewers, I am taking next week off, and I will be taking a little bit of a vacation. And then I will be back the second week of July, and we will be doing my front porch, which was not part of this tour. So I hope you enjoyed this, and y'all have a fabulous week. And if you're in the United States, a happy 4th of July.